Hello everyone. How are you? Thank you so much for joining me this afternoon on your Star Project. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can see me. Let me know if all is well with the screen. Today, as you know, I've been putting up some posts and I've been really, it's been really like a burden in my heart to share some things and create a platform where we can discuss, as parents, as carers, to be able to help cultivate a healthy habit for our children, for our young ones, so that they can really be the best that they can be. The Your Star Project is us as the parents, as the carers, taking on that responsibility to ensure that our children stars shine. Yeah, so it's really that is the mindset, that is the birth of it, and with that passion and desire, this is that platform, Your Star Project. So you as a parent, as the carer, is you're taking on that responsibility. It's like you're taking on the reins to help achieve your child to be the best that they can ever be. Like I said in the last week broadcast, it's not every child is the same. Every child is different. So the needs of our children are also different. But to have that ability for us as parents to be able to help them. Let me know if you can hear me as well, please, because I know that my voice is on the lowish side. So let me know if you can if you can hear me. All right. So, really, today's topic in that short introduction is to see how do we prepare? How can we help our children to prepare? How do we achieve this to help them to be that best that they can be? So I'm gonna. I'm assuming everything is fine because no one is saying anything. That it's not. You can see me, yeah, you can hear me loud and clear. Fantastic. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining also. And anyone else that is here, thank you for joining. Okay, so how can we help how can we help, how do we prepare, how do we plan, how do we help our children to be the best that they can be? Now, we've heard of the popular saying that if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. We've heard of that time and time again, and we can see even through that is that there's always a time of preparation. So anything that we're doing in life, there's always a moment before the actual activity is done where there's a time, a window for preparation. So if that window for preparation is not taken, is not used, is not, worked upon, then the outcome of whatever it is that we're going to do will not be the best that it could have been. So in the same vein as parents, as carers that have children in our under our stewardship, under our wings, under our eyes, there's always a time that we can help them prepare also. The Bible in itself, it says Proverbs 22 verse 6, train up a child in the way, train up a child in the way. So there's a way that they should be going. And when he is old, he will not depart from it. So when we have taken up the task of training our child in the way that they should go, when they're older, no matter how much they deviate, no matter how much the society tells them it should be different, or different things are happening around them, because they already have been trained in a way, so much so that they've adopted that way as being their own way. They can't change from it because that's then the normal. So in the same way, when we are training our children in education, when we're training them to be responsible men and women in the society later on, when we're training them to be useful in God's kingdom, there's a way that we will train them up. So once we are training them up in that way, then there's no way that they'll be able to depart from it. Okay, so I've got here a thought that I had in that same training. Like I said before, that there's an opportunity that comes that if it's not taken, then that opportunity will now go. So, and whenever there's a window of opportunity to be taken, that's the time you should take it. So, when you think about it, successful people, they have an ability to understand. It's like they discern the times and the seasons. They discern when is the time to do something and when is the time not to do something. And then when they understand that, okay, this is the time to do it, then they also have the tools and the equipment and everything they need to be able to do it. So I've got here, successful people identify an opportunity and take it with understanding of how to approach it. So successful people, they understand, they identify when an opportunity has arisen. And not just that they identify it, but they take it. Not just that they take it, but they have understanding of how to approach it. I can say that, I wanna be a very successful businesswoman or very successful businessman, or you can say that you want to be the next Richard Branson or the next Bill Gates. You see there's a gap in the market for young people up and coming. I think just today I read on daily news that I read sometimes, of the owner of Tesla. He's now the second. He's skyrocketed and jumped Bill Gates to be the second richest person in the world. He's overtaken Bill Gates now. Now, he's 49 years old. The many years ago when he started Tesla, I'm not sure how he thought that he would be in this position, or maybe he had that plan all along. But he took an opportunity and he was able to use that opportunity and understand how to approach it. So you can have a very brilliant idea for your child, a very brilliant idea for your son who's extremely talented in maths, extremely talented in English, extremely talented in sports, very good analytical mind, very focused and everything. You can identify that there's a gift in them, but the knowing how to approach it maybe is not quite there. So that's really what this Your Star project is all about, because we're trying to identify the ways that we can help our children tangibly to get from where they are to where we want to see them be. Okay, so I think again we have to be able to find a way in all the ways that we're finding. We have to be able to find a way that suits our families, because and our available time, because we can, like I said, we can have all these dreams and all these visions and everything that we'll have, but if it's not tailor suited, or if it doesn't quite fit in with your personal time, with your family's needs, it's going to still be a dream. So it's taken away from just being a vision or a dream, and making it a reality that can fit into your life, that can fit into your personal day-to-day goings on, so that it can be something that you can tangibly achieve. All right, so when because my videos, I really plan to make them as short as possible, and please do send in your comments if you do have any. But when we say how do we plan, it makes you think that obviously there needs to be a time where you sit down and you write down things that you want to see. So when we're talking of how do I prepare, you're really asking, how do I plan? How do you plan for things? Do our plans just remain in our heads, or do we start to write it down? When we're talking about our children, they're the next generation. So even the Bible, in the book of Psalms 139 verse 16, God said that every day of your book was written. Every day of your life was written in the book, and none of them had happened even before you were born. So God already has planned out everything. He's written everything down. So if us as children of God know that our Father is someone that writes things down in a book, every day of our life is written down in his book, then even us as parents, as carers, then we need to be writing things for our children as well. We need to be writing down, what do we want to see our children achieve in 5 years' time, 10 years' time, even in this term, school term, before Christmas. What are the step-by-step things that we want to see happen in their life? Because we are stewards of our children. They don't actually belong to us, they belong to God. God gave it to us. I got this revelation from a man of God that came to minister in our church, that our children are, we are stewards of our children, and they belong to God. We're just looking after them. So when we in this state of looking after our children, how do we plan for them? How do we prepare for them? How do we take care of them? If we know that our Heavenly Father writes down every day of our lives in a book, don't have to write down every single step. Oh, he coughed, he sneezed. It's not that kind of writing, but it's just to be able to take stock and take account, and find a way of seeing things happen in the lives of our children. So if we're saying that, we're saying, okay, it's good to write things down, it's good to plan, it's good to have things mapped out or set out for them. Number one, I think, is to be realistic. Let's be realistic. We can see, we're parents. We see, obviously, we've had our own experiences as children, we've had our experiences as we grew up, and now we're adults. We can now see, the kind of things that are achievable and not, the traits for people that are brilliant in business, the traits for people that are brilliant in sports, the traits for people that are brilliant in career and professional careers. And so, we can see that in our children. We should be able to map out and see, okay, this boy, he has a trait of being a very good athlete. He's very driven with sports. You can wake him up and he's ready to run. Is there's a sporting ability in them, that when people are tired of running, they can still run. So maybe there's a sporting ability, plus he's not really so much into the academics. Or maybe with your daughter or your son or whatever, you can see that they're very good at analyzing, or very good at arguing. As much as you think, be quiet, stop talking, I'm talking. If they're very good at arguing, they're very good at bringing a point across, they've got a natural persuasive ability. That's very good in the legal field. That's very good in other fields as well. In motivational speaking, persuasion, an ability to sell things. So just being realistic, seeing the attributes of your child, seeing the attributes of what they naturally are driven towards, is helpful to be able to help our children. Okay, so be realistic. What do you realistically want to think is achievable by your child? Obviously, prayerfully as well, you are approaching this. It's not just your mind alone. God can show you specifically what he wants to do in your child. Also, 2, have a balance. When you're planning for you want your child to come home and they should do homework from morning till night, and then they eat and go to bed. I mean, that sounds very, very hard for a child. They are still children. So have a balance. Have times out to play. Have times out to chill. Have times out to discuss. Have times out to play board games. It's not always something electronic that they can be doing. Things that it encourage discussions, encourage just talking and thinking and playful. And being playful is also very helpful for that social balance that a child so much needs. I think we've seen so much, even in this the lockdown that happened at the beginning parts of the year to the middle of the year, how it impacted on a lot of people, adults and children alike. So being able to find time and make a balance to just walk and play outside, play inside, just chill, is so much needed, even for your mind. There's a time where your mind needs to trip off and just have a downtime and chill, like a reboot. So have a balance. As well as that, have a vision. Like I said, be realistic, but do have a vision. What is it that you want to see happening in your child? Like, what is it that you want to see happen? What is it that you thought, you know what, this is a good opportunity, this is a good time? Because remember before I said that you sometimes there are opportunities, you take them. So this is a good opportunity, this is a good time, this is something I want to achieve by in 6 months time, or by before they go to the next academic year. I want to see that they're able to write a sentence neatly, for example, with correct finger spaces, full stops in the right places, capital letters in the right place. These, just, you're being realistic. You know where your child is, you know what age they are as well, because we're talking about early years all the way to beyond adulthood and so forth. So these progresses is these advances is a progress. So having a realistic step-by-step milestone of what it is that you want to achieve is very important. Just knowing that the sentence that they write, you just want the sentence to make sense. There's a noun in there, there's a verb, just let the sentence make sense. You know what it is that you want to see achieve in your child. I'm assuming that our children are literally from early years up until secondary school and beyond. All right, so just to share on that have a vision point, I remember I was pregnant, heavily pregnant even, with our third and final child. And at the time I was working, but then I then took off time for maternity leave. So within this maternity leave, because anyone that knows my husband, he's very much a target driven person. By this time next month, I want to see this happen. So it's very target driven, which is good. It's good. It keeps you, motivated and going. So anyway, I was at home on this maternity leave, had the child, was at home. My second child at the time was in nursery. So in nursery, that means she's 3 years old. And she's somebody that's always liked learning. She's had a desire to learn and stuff. So that desire and that hunger was already there. But as I was at home, my husband said to me, "Okay, now that you're at home with the baby and with because I've always been used to working and stuff with the other child doing nursery, because at that time it was 3 hours. So you drop them off at 9 o'clock or whatever, and you come back no, 8:45. You come back by 11:45. I mean, what was the point? But you come back at 11:45 to pick them up, and then I still have to go back by 3:15 to pick up the eldest one. So that gap of 11:45 and 3:15, my husband's like, "Well, find something to do. I know she's good already, but you need to make her better." So I'm thinking to myself, "Okay, what do I do? She's only 3, but." It now made me see that whatever we give to our children, they will absorb. They would actually learn anything that you throw at them. They can, your children are surprising. They're literally like a sponge. They absorb anything that you give to them. So if you're giving them tasks to do, they will do it and go beyond. If you're giving them languages even to learn, they will learn it and go beyond. So let's not underestimate our children. They can actually learn a lot. So by the time she had finished nursery, because she was every day will come home, will print out something for her to do on different websites, Twinkle, and so forth, and print out things like color by number. Before you know it, she wanted to do some multiplication, so she was doing multiplications. Before you know it, she was reading, having really nice handwriting. This is a 3-year-old. Now she's at that time probably 4, and she was able to do so much, write neat sentences that made so much sense, and be very creative in her thinking and writing. All this, one, because my husband said, I need you to have a vision for her. I have a vision for her. You're going to help to make this vision happen. Work with her, make her even better. And I also had the opportunity to be able to achieve that. So when we have an opportunity, take it. whatever the opportunity is. You may think, okay, I'm not working anymore, I'm at home, all this COVID, whatever. It's an opportunity to impart our children to do something even greater in their lives. And trust me, it will pay off, because remember, as we teach our children, when they grow old, they will not depart from it. The skills, the ability, the grace, the increase that you put on them, it will speak tomorrow. All right, so have a vision for them. Have something written down. Have something that you want to achieve. Have something in mind that you want to do. Then make the steps towards that vision. Make the steps towards it. Set time for the homework. Set the kind of homework that you want them to do. Work that are challenging, work that are helping them stay grounded in the level that they're in, or the level that you desire them to be on. Whatever it is, get them doing it, so that you'll be able to set those targets, set those visions, and make those steps towards it. You can have educational games. Play some educational games. It doesn't have to always be work, where you're writing, and it can actually be educational games. There's a lot of apps at the moment where they think they're playing, but actually they're learning. So it's a win-win for you and them. So it's not oh, I don't want to do my homework, oh, I don't want to do this, but because they are actually feel that they're playing, you're helping them to learn something, and to solidify what it is that you want them to learn. Make conversations with them on purpose. It's all steps towards your vision. You want them to have an analytical mind, for example. Okay, have conversations that would help them to analyze things, analyze situations. Oh, what do you think if we go on another lockdown? This is probably before. Or what do you think if Christmas, there's the lockdown continues until Christmas? Then you hear their opinions. Oh, I don't think that would be nice because, and and then they'll now give their reasons. They say, okay, so you don't think it would be nice because you wouldn't be able to see your friends, you wouldn't be able to see your family, and so forth, which I understand. But what about if the virus now spreads so much so that those people now, or somebody now gets sick, or sickness is now increased even more? So that now lets them analyze and weigh what's better, what's worse, why, how come, what will be the impact. So all these things is helping their mind now, think things through to further depths. And those are the things that will help our children to grow more and more. Okay, now, like I said, when we are learning, when we are doing things for the first time, because some of us, well, any of us that have children by the special grace of God, when we now had the first one, you were learning. Everything is a learning mission. They're learning, you're learning. They think you don't know, but you don't tell them you don't know. So all those things are happening all at the same time, concurrently. They're just all happening and you don't know. And I think most times is that feeling of, was there something else I could have done? Or should I be doing this? Or, oh, I didn't know I should have started them revising for their 11 plus from year 4. Oh, they're now in year 5 summer term. Oh, what do I do now? So all these kind of things could be avoided if we gain knowledge. So my final point is, let's gain knowledge. When we want to approach anything for the first time, the best thing to do is always gain knowledge from those that have already done it, so that the pitfalls that they may have experienced, the things that they say, oh, do you know what, avoid this, or oh, make sure you do this, you'd already have all that knowledge, and it's not a first-hand experience of trial and error. That is no longer happening with you, because they're now guiding you, they're now helping you to be able to achieve what it is that you want to achieve. So gain knowledge. Gain knowledge is so important. It's like, imagine seeing a big field before you, and you want to go to the other side of that field, but you can't see the path. So you see like let's say a mower, or you see like a cutlass or something nearby. So you now think, okay, do you know what? I'm going to start get the cutlass, get the mower, and start mowing my own path. Then there's someone else that's waving to you and say, hi, how are you? Look, This is my path. I've already done it. Come, come, you'll be able to get here quicker. Which one is easier? To get the cutlass or the mower to now mow your own path, not sure if the ground is even good for you to mow, or what path do you even take, or walk through a path that's already been created. Surely walking through the path that's already been created is the easier way. So gaining knowledge is like that. It's gaining knowledge from people that have already experienced it, that have already known, that already have, told you what is the best way and the things to avoid is the best way. So when I say gain knowledge, I've personally found a very wonderful tool that has been a blessing to my ability to know how to guide my children, because I'm guiding them, but I also need guidance as a parent, because I didn't know all of these stuff until I got into being a parent for them at their different key stages. Early years, key stage 1, key stage 2, soon it'll be key stage 3 and 4 and university and so forth. So having that understanding is very, very important. So what I have invested in, because our children, they are an investment. We can invest in, we can buy things like PS4, there's even PS5 now, trainers, all kinds of things, clothes, like trendy clothes and so forth. But the price is so high, whereas if we invest in their education or invest in us gaining knowledge, that in itself is such a blessing. Is something that will pay off for itself time and time again. So what I have invested in is something called Parent Box. Parent Box by Shola Alabi. She herself, she's a teacher by profession. She's had, the first time I met her, I was actually in a breakfast meeting, like a women's breakfast meeting. I think it was a business breakfast meeting, and of Christian women. And she was one of the people that had like a store there and had different things that she was promoting and things that she has done. And just the presentation was fantastic. You're not just sold on presentation, but the contents, the actual, the information, the gathering. As I now discovered, oh, there's so many things I don't know and I need to know. So like I said, I was able to see and gain that knowledge. So with the I kept in contact with her, because I'm one of those people that if I see that there's something in somebody that is a blessing, I really want to get in contact and try and get close. So kept in contact with her, and then she now shared with me a something that she was working on, a project called Parent Box. And that Parent Box is literally a box for parents. I mean, it's self-explanatory in that sense. It's, let's see, as an educational encyclopedia. So what it is, it's a 6-module course where as a parent, it's like your go-to to understand anything to do with your child's education from 0 years to 19 years. So it is an education encyclopedia. So those early years, key stage 1, key stage 2, transitioning to key stage 3, key stage 4. So all the different things that you need to be aware of as a parent, the things that you need to be thinking about, the things that you need to be asking teachers, the things that you need to be looking at when you're thinking of further education, college, university, the things you're thinking of when you need to be thinking of secondary school. Is it a secondary school that fits my child? So all those things, resources as well. It's like a rich box just for parents to understand the different educational things that happen for the child. So it's by Shola Alabi, like I said, and I reached out to her and I was like, look, Shola, I really want to see if there's anything that can be done for anyone that views today, because I know how much Parent Box has helped me to be grounded, helps me to understand the educational system in the UK for my children, help me to think of the right questions to ask, when I go to parent consultation, to help me to think of the things that I could be doing to boost my children when they are, you know, at home. Just different things like that. So I reached out to her, and graciously, you see on the screen, I'll put a link out on the comment box as well. That yeah, graciously, she said, okay, do you know what? I'll give you a anyone today and tomorrow that wants to, you know, invest. Like I said, it's an investment on our children. Invest on the parent box to be able to get a discount. The the retail price is 199.99, so just a penny short of £200. Which, to be honest, is not too much for your child, for you to gain knowledge, for to be empowered, to be equipped, to know what you're doing. It's like, you know, less than some people spend on one outing in a meal, you know, for a family of five or so, or, you know, or two families. So this is something that will last. Is dynamic as well, in the sense that when there's updates in the curriculum or updates in the educational system, it's going to be updated as well. You have videos in there, you have resources, you have links, you have all kinds of things in there. It's really packed and rich. So you'll see the discount code on there, which is Chioma 20, and that takes it down from 199.99 to 159.20. That, again, I said that's valid until tomorrow, end of tomorrow, literally midnight, 23:59, before midnight of Saturday. So please do take advantage of that. It really is a real blessing. You'll be able to. It pays for itself. It really is. It really does pay for itself. So with that, with the knowledge that I've gained using Parent Box, it's made me understand the things that I need to do, even for my child that is currently in year 4, but will sit 11 plus exams in year 6. So that's 2 years worth of planning, because we sort of hear about how do we plan. So I've been able to now think, okay, what's the best way to approach it? Which kind of uh, systems or anything do I need to go and look into, so that she would now be confident when she goes into that exam, and not be flustered thinking, oh, I'm not prepared, I'm not ready, it's just been a rush job, I don't know what I'm doing. But they'll go there confident, they'll have ample time to really, you know, learn everything that they need to learn. And it's got to the point that I had to sit, before we started the 11 plus, working towards 11 plus, she's in year 4, the exams in year 6. Before we started it, had to sit her down. I said, look, we're going to go through a lot of preparation, different plans, different assessments, different, just different things that you need to do on different websites, so that you'll be able to prepare and plan towards these exams. Don't panic. You know, you have to kind of reassure your children, because they are everything's new for them anyway. You know, so you that know what you want to achieve, and you've had the vision and everything, get them along in the vision. You know, that look, we're going to do these different assessments, different tests. I'm trying to avoid the word test, because it's not really tests. Different practice assignments and stuff, just to help you towards your exam. Sometimes you're going to be tired, you're going to be like, oh, I don't want to do this anymore, oh, I'm tired of this. You know, literally I had that last week, and oh, I'm tired of this, I don't want to do it anymore. I was like, oh, really? I knew it. You know, this is what we talked about at the beginning. Do you remember? She was like, yeah. I said, do you know what, don't worry, you'll be fine. You know, step by step, we're just doing a little every day, and before you know it, you'll be ready. So because she has that ample time, because she knows what we're trying to achieve, she also seen the vision that we're trying to get her to. She's in agreement, and even though she was tired, she actually done it. She even done more than she was meant to that day. So having that planning and that preparing and that vision board, and bringing them in on that vision, helps them to see what it is that you want to achieve in them. Those that are not academically, that's not their strength, find the thing that is their strength, and plug them in there as well. Give that thing that is their strength that same attention, because our children can make it in every field, because they're all stars. the star in them that is graced in them, the special grace in them, can shine and will shine if we as their parents help them. So that's what your star project is all about: helping our children to shine, helping our children to see and understand their gifts and their talents, and being equipped as parents to be able to help them successfully. So, thank you so much for being with me this wonderful afternoon. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Please do, like I said, look out for my parent box. Do use the link and everything that's on the description. You have until midnight tomorrow, which is Black Friday even. So it's kind of a nice time to do it, I guess. So instead of thinking, oh, let me buy that TV that cost me, it should have cost me 800 and something, I'm gonna get it for 500. You know, you're just gonna be sitting down watching entertainment. Invest in something that would help your children, help you as a parent as well, which is a lot less than buying a TV. So let's really invest in our children because they are our projects. The star in them is our personal projects. So let's take that on board with joy, and achieve it. And I'm telling you, the blessings that will come afterwards, and the honor that will come to you as their mother or their father afterwards, would be numerous. So God bless you. Thank you for joining. Share the broadcast as well. You don't know who it's going to bless. And do check out my parent box. And I believe even on there is a 30-day money back guarantee. So you've got nothing to lose whatsoever. You're not going to take it back anyway, because it really is very, very good. But just in case, you feel, what, I'm not sure, try it. You might just like it. And I'm sure you will. All right. So have a blessed afternoon, and I will catch you again soon. God bless you. Bye-bye.